Good morning, good morning. Thank God for this Passion of the Christ, Good Friday. This is a message for the Ba and Ka, your soul and spirit. It is a message titled, Created in 6 days, Saved in 6 hours. God created the world in 6 days. He so loved the world, he saved it in 6 hours. 6 days is found in Genesis, chapter 1, verse 2, 3, 4, 5, and also St. John, 1st chapter, verse 4, 5, 9, and 10, and Genesis, 1st chapter, verse 5, and 1st chapter, verse 31. I'll read those verses. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, Let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. In him was life, and life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and darkness comprehended it not. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. Genesis 1 and 5, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. Verse 31, and God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good, and the evening and the morning was the 6th day. 6 hours, found in Mark 15 chapter verse 25, Luke 23rd chapter verse 44 through 46, and Matthew chapter 27 verse 54. And it was the 3rd hour, and they crucified him. And it was about the 6th hour, and there was darkness over all the earth until the 9th hour. And the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst. And when Jesus had cried with a loud voice, he said, Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. And having said thus, he gave up the ghost. Now, when the centurion and they that were with him watching Jesus saw the earthquake and those things that were done, they feared greatly, saying, Truly, this was the Son of God. God created the world in 6 days, and he saved it in 6 hours. God sent his Son, the Christ Messiah, to save the world through 6 hours of crucifixion and separation. 6 hours of separation was 6 hours to salvation. This is the passion of Christ. He was wounded for our transgression, bruised for our iniquities. Our chastisement was placed upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. Jesus, before his death, stood in the temple and said, I am the light. However, the darkness could not comprehend the light. This is a Greek word. It means katabalano, which means it couldn't overtake the light. It couldn't seize the light. It couldn't possess the light. The true light of God, resurrected on the 3rd day, shines the way to salvation. And whoever believes in God's salvation in Christ Jesus will not perish, but have everlasting life. His name is Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. He reconciles all the many that received him. To them he gave power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. As we remember the passion of Christ, let us remember God's love. For God so loved, he gave the unconditional love that was needed, not what we wanted, that was needed in the passion of Christ. We've been redeemed by his blood and saved by his grace. I hope you enjoyed this message for your Ba and Ka. Have a great day and a great week. A wonderful Passion Week and a Resurrection Sunday.